to my channel. My name is Courtney Toussaint, and I am consistently Courtney over on Instagram. Today, we are meal prepping again because, well, it's Monday, and again, gross outside. This time I did put some clothes on and braid my hair, which is a plus, and I'm still meal prepping, so that's what we're doing. I hope you enjoyed the last video, because if you didn't watch it, I also meal prepped on the last video, and the video before that, I taste tested 9 freaking donuts, 9 different kinds of crazy donuts. It was insane. So if you haven't, catch up on my other shit, or just catch up with me on Instagram, one or the other, or both even better. Anyway, today we are prepping burger bowls, and I'm so excited because I love burger bowls. They're like one of my favorite meal preps, I think. And today I'm doing it a little bit differently, and I'm really freaking excited about it. So we're gonna start with browning our ground beef. I got 93.7 ground beef, just like I got in my last video. Just rebought it again this week. I get the big pack. It is 2.25 pounds of ground beef. I'm gonna divide it over 5 days. And yeah, so I got the pan nice and hot. Throw the beef in the pan. We're gonna brown that up, crush that up with my sweet, it's like kind of like a meat grinder, but not a meat grinder. It's like this thing. I got it on Amazon. I don't know, it was like $5 or something, but you can really grind up your ground beef this way. Gonna let it get kind of crispy. Gonna drain it with some paper towels like I showed you last week. And I'm gonna air fry some Southern style hash browns. Let's see if I can get this thing to, oh, there we go. Southern style hash browns. Getting better at the close up. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna throw these in the air fryer just on the French fry setting. I'm probably gonna do like, I don't know, half or quarter of the bag at a time because, I don't want them soggy. I definitely want them crispy. And we're gonna brown that up. I am gonna season the beef. So after I brown and drain the meat, I'm gonna season it with this Montreal steak seasoning. Hello. Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna season it with this Montreal steak seasoning, and then, yeah, we're gonna divide it over 5 days, and then I'll show you what I top it with. I'm really pumped. I'm trying to make this video faster than the other video, so I'm not gonna jabber jaw a whole lot. Yeah, I'm just gonna brown some meat and air fry some potatoes, and I'll see you in a bit. Turns out about a quarter of the bag covered the bottom of the air fryer. So a quarter of the bag goes in, And yeah, I'm just gonna fry it for, you know, as long as it takes for them to get crispy. And that's it. Easy peasy.
Say something.
Okay, so just like I showed you last week, we push the ground beef to the side. I'm trying to get like a better close-up of it. Pile it all up on one side here. And then you have all of your grease in the pan. So then you just plop a paper towel right in there to sop up the grease. We're gonna need another one. I'm just grabbing a garbage plate too, because you don't want to put this right in your trash bin, otherwise it'll burn a hole right through it. You probably use tongs too. Probably would actually be more beneficial. And then you just do this until, you know, most of the grease is all sopped up. I did turn the burner off, by the way, too. Of paper towels, but at the same time, it's certainly the easiest way to drain ground beef. Starting to look really good. I'm gonna keep going though for a couple more minutes. I kind of want them like extra crispy. Alright. Now, we're gonna take our Montreal steak seasoning and I'm just gonna sprinkle it right over the top. There's our beef. So I'm just gonna move this off the heat. Keep working on the potatoes, and yeah, I'll meet back up with you when I'm ready to throw them in the bowl. Okay, so the potatoes are looking good. They were in there for probably like 15-ish minutes, and I preheated it for like 5 minutes before, so it was 400 for about 15-ish minutes. So there's these like little, yeah, good one, little hash browns. And I know my whatever. I do wash it. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna keep going with the potatoes, but I'm gonna lay them out on just like a baking sheet so that way they cool, but they don't get like all kind of like condensation. Condensation, is that even a word? You know what I mean. We don't want them to get soggy again. We just crisp them up. We don't want them to get soggy. Reach back here in a few minutes. Alright, so we got our seasoned beef. You saw my little ground beef trick. That literally is the easiest way to sop up freaking, hamburger grease. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank here. Alright, so anyway, we're just gonna take the meat and we're gonna divide it into 5 different bowls. Alright, and I actually feel like that looks like enough, so I left about that much out of the bowls, and I'm just gonna give that to my dogs. So, yeah, don't come at me or anything. That looks like enough meat to me, so I'm just gonna leave it. And that's good. Alright. And then, once the rest of the potatoes are done, I'm gonna move the potatoes here, but also, I kind of feel like a broken record a little bit, but it's totally fine. When I meal prep, I like to let my food cool for like 45 minutes to an hour, sometimes up till an hour and a half, like literally until I don't feel any heat whatsoever coming off of them. I want them to be room temperature before I, seal them and put them away. That way, like the potatoes will stay crunchy, the beef won't get soggy, and there won't be like any condensation in the in the containers, because if that happens, then it just like gets soggy and disgusting, and nobody wants a soggy meal prep, because then you don't want to eat it, and if you don't want to eat it, then you won't eat it, and then you just wasted a bunch of time and a bunch of money on meal prep. So yeah, so I got my beef in the bowls. I'm still working on the potatoes. These potatoes, they came out so crunchy and so good. I've been like popping a few into my mouth. And then I want to talk about toppings. So, each day that I go to eat one of these bowls, we're going to put together a little baggie of salad mix. I like the baby green salad, so again, same salad that I used last week, but we're going to use this salad. We are going to put a tiny container of mustard and ketchup. Mustard and ketchup. Regular old mustard and ketchup. You can use your sugar-free, whatever kind that you want. But I just use regular old yellow mustard and ketchup. And then I'm gonna throw in a guacamole cup just because I like guacamole. Alright. And 2, sometimes I might omit the salad mix. Sometimes I might throw in some tomatoes. Ooh, I'm also going to cut up some pickles. I have both bread and butter pickles and dill pickles in there. So I'll probably like dice up some pickles and throw that on there too. Just because I'm like, delicious. Or just like eat a pickle spear, along with everything else. And yeah, so that's basically it. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's the final product. I'm so excited about this one. I love burgers. And you could add like cheese and stuff to this too, but I just don't feel like it. So That's not what I'm gonna do. Alright. Alright. Oh, and if you don't like potatoes, you can totally do like rice or something too. But these crispy potatoes are like the shit, okay? They're the shit. You should definitely try them. I gotta stop eating them. Do I really? I don't know, but they're good. Definitely gotta make those. I'm really excited. Okay, so I've got my potatoes out on I lined a cookie sheet with some parchment paper, and I just have them kind of spread out here. And I'm just gonna let these cool. Then I'm gonna divide them up into the bowls, just like I did the ground beef. I realized you couldn't see them, so this is how much ground beef I put in the bowl. And I also portioned out some pickles. I portioned out some ketchup and mustard. And yeah, so besides that, I'm gonna do the lettuce and the guacamole, and that is it. I'll show you guys the absolute final project when it is all put together tomorrow morning before I head off to work. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you made it to the end, because I know that my last two videos have been very long. So I tried to like kind of keep this one a little bit more brief. But yeah, get into movement this week. Feel awesome this week. Have a kick-ass week, and I will see you next week. All right, guys. Take care. Bye.